Fish, 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 fish.
The window is open. Ooh, that's a bigger one, Jim.
When you get a bunch of musky anglers together and you ask what are some of the best waters in the U.S., there's no question Green Bay comes to the forefront. And for good reason. There are lots of 40-pound class muskies that get caught out of this system every year. But believe me, it is not easy. It is a big water with lots of wind and big waves. And so if you're willing to put up with it, you can catch them. And that's why I've got Bret Alexander here from Alexander Sport Fishing. Bret, midsummer on the bay, what type of spots are we gonna fish?
Jim, today we're gonna be fishing some big flat areas with scattered cabbage. The perch and walleyes pulled into these areas and the muskies are right behind them. So they just moved in a couple weeks ago and it should be prime time, so hopefully you can find one of the big fish today.
Yeah.
The Musky Hunter, brought to you by YETI Coolers, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, Ontario, Canada, Shimano, Power Pro, Mercury Outboards, Ranger Boats, MotorGuide, Musky Frenzy Lures, and Chaos Tackle.
Out here, you need a ride you can depend on and strength you can rely on. You need a boat that tackles the elements and handles the tackle. You need the quality and peace of mind only one brand delivers, the all-new Ranger FS Pro. It's raising the bar with more brains, more brawn, and more bragging rights. The Ranger FS Pro Series, technology that makes waves, strength that crushes them.
As musky anglers, we all plan, prepare, and are consumed in the pursuit of a trophy muskie. Skix is available with two-piece saltwater-tested tough technology for easy storage in your boat or truck and are designed to handle any musky lure. You can be assured you're backed by precision Shimano technology. If you fish for skis, you need these. Totally switched gears from casting and gone to a trolling approach, just trying to scatter, scatter lines way out there and try to cover water and get a bite. The casting bite really wasn't going early, and now we're switching gears, trying to see if we can't, catch a fish that may be scattered off the break or maybe up on top of the weeds. But when the fish scatter, trolling's a great way to cover a lot of water and try to get bit.
Fish, fish, fish! Slow her down! Here you go.
Oh yeah, sure.
That didn't take long.
No, it didn't. I like it.
All right. I'm gonna pull that down right out of there. Good fish too, Jim.
Yeah, feels like it. Like when they're staying down like that.
All right. Try to keep that board right up. Once that board, oh yeah, that's a nice one. Once that board hops up, just step down so you can reach that board. Whoa.
Feisty.
Oh, coming in hot. Nice fish, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
748.
Yeah, love it.
Big head on that thing.
Yeah, really nice one. We literally just got started setting lines, switching gears, and obviously it was the right play. Beautiful fish.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, check this out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long one.
Hey, hey. Look at that.
Then we get a quick measurement on her. I'm guessing 49 and a half. 49, somewhere right in there. 49 and a quarter.
Okay, turn her around here.
There you go.
Beautiful fish. I mean, look at that. Come to Green Bay for a trophy muskie, and that is a trophy muskie. See ya.
Adios.
Thank you, Bret.
No problem.
That's awesome. Good call. Copper over black. Imagine that.
Copper and black.
Yeah, he was a little skinny, but he had a big head on him.
Yeah, monster head.
I mean, that's what I could tell you. He was pulling, you know, pretty hard, and I saw his head a couple times, and I'm like, wow, you know, that was something else. But then as he came in, I'm like, wow, he's kind of lean. Almost looked like a giant male.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yeah. We're trolling bucktails or blades over a big weed flat, and it's just a great way to cover water. And you can see Bret's got us spread out. We've got planer boards with blades on, you know, the port side and on the starboard side. So we are covering a big swatch of water as we're trolling through here, going about 3.6 to 3.8 miles an hour, just cruising over the weed flats, working the weed edges. When you got a big spot like this and the fish are scattered, trolling blades is just a great way to go. It's just another option. You can catch them casting, but sometimes when they're not located or really tightly packed in one spot, trolling blades is the way to go.
So basically what we're fishing today, it's a huge point that comes out, kind of like a big flat, and there's just scattered cabbage beds up on this flat, and we're just right up on top, and then working the deeper edges, and just putting on a lot of miles, using our graphs to locate fish and mark them, and then swinging back around and hitting those fish after we locate them. So we're just getting rolling here today. We got one in the boat so far, so it could be a good day, and we'll see.
There's fish. Yeah.
We just marked them too. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, did he come off?
Come on.
Yeah, I came off.
No.
Yep.
Ah,
Oh, man.
bummer.
The board was up. He just shook his head and came off. If you're like me, you love to fish topwater. There is nothing more exciting than a muskie eating a bait off the surface. It's incredible. However, to boat more of those fish, you have to have the right rod. Now, I use a Shimano Skix. This is a 9-foot medium heavy. And the reason I use the medium heavy rod is I need that tip to be able to flex. Not only does it make me able to make giant, long casts way up into the cover, but it also, when a muskie strikes, the rod tip will flex and it helps me set the hook. So if you use a rod that's too stiff, the rod tip won't flex and you'll lose more fish. You want a rod that will flex upon the strike, and that's the key to boating more muskies with topwater.
The great beyond, the great below, the mystery of the unseen and the unknown. With a rod and a reel and the spirit of adventure that hangs in the salty air. To find and to fight. It's with that spirit that we design our product at Worldwide Sportsman. It's up to you to put it to the test.
Mercury, we invested thousands of hours of engineering manpower so you can enjoy hours and hours of untapped horsepower. The V6 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly. At Mercury, there are no limits to what we'll do to make sure you have no limits either. The V8 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
As musky anglers, we all plan, prepare, and are consumed in the pursuit of a trophy muskie. Skix is available with two-piece saltwater-tested tough technology for easy storage in your boat or truck, and are designed to handle any musky lure. You can be assured you're backed by precision Shimano technology. If you fish for skis, you need these.
Introducing the all-new Tour Series, the only true cable-steered trolling motor with GPS anchor. With the impact breakaway and rugged metal outer column you need, the Zero Flex metal foot pedal you want, and traditional cables that provide smooth, responsive steering. All built with the industry's most powerful lift assist system, truly universal high-definition integrated sonar imaging, and the industry's most accurate pinpoint GPS anchor. Now that's tournament grade. That's MotorGuide Tour.
Ontario, Canada. The breathtaking scenery, the incredible wildlife, the endless sunsets, and the muskies. Ontario, Canada is home to the greatest musky waters in the world, and giant muskies are awaiting your next cast. Ontario, Canada, where musky dreams come true.
Kate Finley from Dryden, Ontario, caught and released this 50-inch muskie on Lake of the Woods in Ontario. When you're trolling blades, you want to mix and match the colors, and these are some of the colors we're trolling. We've got, black nickel blades, copper blades, bright chartreuse blades, and that's the beauty of trolling blades. You can mix and match the colors and figure out what color the muskies want. It's not always about color, but sometimes it can be, and once you get bid on one color, you want to put another one out and reproduce it. One thing about the Great Lakes is you can never predict the weather. I mean, literally it was supposed to be 85 degrees, hot and sunny, and it's overcast, and there's rain coming down. It is warm. It is primo conditions, really, with this kind of situations. But you got to bring your rain gear. You got to be ready for anything, because this weather was not predicted. Fish, 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 fish.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Way out there.
Way out. Right on their waypoint, Jim.
Yeah.
Feel pretty good?
Yeah, it does feel pretty good. I don't like when he takes the board under them.
No. I never liked that either. That outside board, they're liking that.
Yeah. Way away from the boat.
Yeah. That was that fish we marked this morning. He finally
Look
bit.
at 110 feet out.
Right on top of my motor.
All right.
Yeah, that board is way out there.
$85.
You still got the board under?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Try to ease that board up now. Okay, back up.
Back. $25. right.
Nice.
We will take them.
Got him.
Yeah. Kind of burns you out when you're out there 200 feet of line out from the end and everything. It's just crazy. Yes.
He's all wily.
Oh. You gonna grab it? Yeah, you got him. You can hold on to him. Bear hug him. Nice fish.
Beauty.
Yeah.
One thing I'd like to mention is it's very critical to pay attention to what happens the day prior when musky fishing. A lot of times those fish will hold true to the exact same times or within an hour. Yesterday what happened is Kyle Tokarski, who works for me, got on a pretty good evening trolling bite, and I found out what time it was, so we put ourselves in position to be in the same area at the same time, and as you can see, it paid off. We just got that fish, and it was within that hour window of when everything happened yesterday. Yesterday, he caught 3 fish within an hour window. So just pay attention to those little details when musky fishing, because it holds true probably 75 to 80% of the time. They'll bite at those same little windows each day.
Well, there certainly is a lot of fishing pressure out here in Green Bay. That's the one thing that's going to be tough. I don't know, Brett, how do you cope with it, guiding here every day?
Well, you just learn to adapt. A lot of times what I'll do is, like on the weekends, I'll fish at nighttime. There's a lot less people at nighttime, and they bite still good during the night. And then just try different locations, get your second and, your primary spots for during the week and your secondary spots for on the weekends when there's a lot more pressure out here. One thing I can tell you is when there's a lot of boats out here, those fish are going lockdown a lot of days. Just too much noise, too many bow mounts rolling up on the flats, and they definitely will get jittery.
One of the great features of my MotorGuide XI5 trolling motor is the anchor lock feature, which I've got on right now. And it is holding the trolling motor in place. On the pedal itself, on the lower left-hand corner, there's an anchor button. Whenever you're fishing down a spot, you hit that and you can make your trolling motor hold you in place. Now this is great in a situation where maybe you've got a muskie that followed. You can actually hit the button, hold on the spot, make multiple casts to it. Or you're returning to the spot where you have a muskie you're following. You come up to that GPS waypoint, you can hold on it if you need to. And another thing that's great, let's say you catch a muskie on a spot. You've got him in the net. You hit the anchor lock button so you can stay there, manage the fish, successfully release them, and then get back up and make the next cast. But you better be ready when you make that next cast, because when you are locked on the same spot, there could be a pack of muskies there that you can catch.
The great beyond, the great below, the mystery of the unseen and the unknown. With a rod and a reel and the spirit of adventure that hangs in the salty air. To find and to fight. It's with that spirit that we design our product at Worldwide Sportsman. It's up to you to put it to the test.
Ontario, Canada. The breathtaking scenery, the incredible wildlife, the endless sunsets, and the muskies. Ontario, Canada is home to the greatest musky waters in the world, and giant muskies are awaiting your next cast. Ontario, Canada, where musky dreams come true.
Out here, you need a ride you can depend on and strength you can rely on. You need a boat that tackles the elements and handles the tackle. You need the quality and peace of mind only one brand delivers, the all-new Ranger FS Pro. It's raising the bar with more brains, more brawn, and more bragging rights. The Ranger FS Pro Series, technology that makes waves, strength that crushes them.
At Mercury, we invested thousands of hours of engineering manpower so you can enjoy hours and hours of untapped horsepower. The V6 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly. At Mercury, there are no limits to what we'll do to make sure you have no limits either. The V8 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
It's time for the YETI Tough moment. Green Bay, Wisconsin is home to giant muskies. However, it's big water, and conditions can change quickly and dictate when and where you can fish. Jim and Bret spent day one casting in tough conditions with no success. On day two, they decided to switch to an entirely different game plan. Trolling blades adjacent to a large point with scattered weeds was the ticket to catching muskies roaming the large area. Understanding when to switch approaches and having a willingness to make the change can ultimately impact the success of your trip. Now that's YETI Tough.
Bret, you do, walleye, bass, muskies, all. So, like, how many guys you got working for you, and what's your typical season like?
Yeah, we do smallmouth, muskie, and walleye. So basically, we'll start in mid to late March with walleyes, and we'll do a lot of walleye trips in March and April. And in May, smallmouth opens. So then we start, half and half walleye, half smallmouth trips. Smallmouth has gotten really popular just because we got some of the biggest smallmouth in the world up in Door County. And then the end of May is muskie season, so then we kind of switch gears and hunt a lot of muskies. But my favorite time of year is definitely this late summer and early fall for doing the muskie trips. And I switch over and do just strictly muskie trips. So I got 3 of us that work full-time, and then I've got 3 guys part-time. So there's a total of 6 of us. So we can take a lot of group outings, corporate groups and stuff like that.
Even though a lot of these spots are really large, you're gonna find sweet spots. It could be a patch of weeds, and the weed patch could be the size of a football field. And as you're fishing around them, you'll see these areas, maybe you get a strike, maybe you get a follow. In this case, there's actually a pack of boats sitting out here, and you can pretty much so tell where kind of the better portion or the more consistent area of the spot is. But when you're trolling, you're going through, you're trying to get strikes, you're trying to interpret what's happening with the electronics. And with side imaging, for example, when you see a fish, you can mark it and come back and see if you can't catch that fish, or there's more fish in an area. But you want to just don't get overwhelmed by a lot of these large spots in the Great Lakes. Work through them, break them in, and then when you kind of find those smaller sweet spots, when you catch a fish or two, just keep trolling shorter and shorter passes along those areas and really focus on that one sweet spot.
Fish.
Fish, 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 fish.
The window is open. Ooh, that's a bigger one, Jim. That's a good one, bud. Wow, I saw that one come out. And I get to get this boat rolling a little bit. A bit bigger than the last one.
Get him to you. Hold on. Hey, there you go. Backed up and hit that other rod, man.
Same exact spot as we just caught the last one, right on the waypoint.
There is a pack of them on there. It's all good. Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's a chunky.
Oh yeah. Definitely take her. Beautiful. Real pretty fish. Love it. Okay. Whoa, whoa, hey, 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 hey. Knee down there. That would soak me.
I'm gonna loop around. We're gonna hit that baby again.
Yeah, bring it.
Spin right around and make a loop and come right over that waypoint again.
Make a circle out.
Yeah, just make a circle and we'll loop right back through there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna check a couple rods.
Yeah, might as well. It's amazing how musky fishing is so much just grinded out sometimes, particularly when you're trolling. You know, you think that, oh, I need to be, when you're casting, you know, it's like, well, I can do something different. I can rip the bait or fish it faster or slower. Trolling's the same thing. You got multiple baits, multiple colors, make multiple turns and passes, and then all of a sudden when that window opens, you just keep go back over those waypoints where you mark fish or you caught fish and just keep going on it. And you get a pack of fish in there, you can catch multiple fish in a hurry. Green Bay is trophy musky water. It's big water with big fish. And if you want to catch them, you need to fish with Bret Alexander and the team from Alexander Sport Fishing, because they are on them. Join us next week for another big fish adventure on the Musky Hunter.
The window is open. Oh, good one. He's so wily. Coming in hot.
Way out there.
Big head on that thing.
Yeah.
The Musky Hunter has been brought to you by these fine sponsors.
I need to look towards the camera and smile. You'll trigger me. It's the Mercury rally towel. Watch for Rick turn into a werewolf with any kind of mention of moon.